So we're here with Ian Hughes after Aberystwyth Town's 3-0 victory over Carmarthen. Ian, you must be pleased with not only the victory but the manner of the victory today.
Yeah, delighted after losing last week. It was important to bounce back, and all good teams bounce back, and we are a good team, and I think we proved that today. So yeah, delighted with the 3 points, delighted with the 3 goals. Could there be more? We need to be more ruthless moving forward, but no, delighted.
You spoke last week about the need to be ruthless in front of the goal, and we saw 3 goals today, so that must have pleased you somewhat.
Yeah, it did, but it could have been probably a few more, to be fair. I know Jeff Calloway's been unfortunate with one shot that got stuck in the net, but we had other opportunities in the first half and second half, and against your TNS's and ABERs and Ballas, you might only get 1 or 2 chances, so we've got to make sure that the chances that we have, that we get more goals from them.
The conditions today weren't ideal for playing football, but your team adapted very, very well to them. Was that a game in the game plan you set out beforehand?
I think, yeah, and I think the game plan changes when they go down to 10 men, I suppose. I think we started on the front foot. I think we played some good football until they had the player sent off, and then obviously it gives us a great advantage then moving forward. So we're able to be patient, stretch the pitch, and obviously make them run more than what they'd like. And then obviously the goals were a byproduct of that.
Because even on the with the amount of mud, they still look to pass the ball very, very well in midfield. And was that a pleasing aspect for you?
Yeah, we got players that can keep the ball. We got players that can keep the ball, such as Antonio Caballero, Luke Sherborne, Chris Venables. We got players that like to get on the ball and play. We've also got players that can counter-attack for us, like Jeff Calloway and Craig Williams. So at the moment, I think there's a good mix of players in there. So depending on what game plan we decide to go with, we got players that can do both.
After being beaten 3-0 last weekend with some soft goals, shall we say, how pleasing was it to see a resolute defence at the back today and only conceding the 1?
Well, disappointed to concede 1 with 10 men, against 10 men, sorry, that's the first thing. But other than that, I don't think they had many chances, and I think Stuart Jones was heroic at the back. Sean James came in then in the second half. I thought both full-backs did well. So yeah, pleasing, and that's what gives us the platform to go forward. If we're not good at the back, if we can't keep teams out, we can't win games, but I thought we were excellent at the back, and then that gave us the foothold in the game that we needed.
How much of a confidence booster is it to have that performance from the reserve goalkeeper today?
Yeah, well, Phil Draper's a good keeper. He came in when we played the home European game and did well out in Derry City as well, so we know what we've got. We know he's a good goalkeeper. My only concern about him was that he may be lacking some match fitness, and I think maybe that told a little bit last week. But this week I thought he was excellent, he spoke well, he kicked well, and was solid all round.
How much did sending off affect the game today from our perspective?
I thought we were on the front foot anyway. I thought we should have had the penalty early on when Cortez brought Mark Jones down, dragged him down. So I thought, we started the game well, but then obviously when they go down to 10 men, it's a great, boost for us. And then obviously it allowed us to get on the ball a lot more and play our football.
And Ven has grabbed another brace today that might just can't stop scoring.
Yeah, no, two good goals and 2 different goals. So the first one was a great finish, and the second one was from a yard out. So I've said many times, he's a player that can score all different kinds of goals. He can score with his head, he can score free kicks, he can score from a yard out, he can score at the near post, the back post. So, maybe last season, I think, unfairly, people were saying that he could only score from 2 or 3 yards out. Well, I think he's proved those doubters wrong this season. And as you say, he continues to score and make that role work for himself.
And with this win, we are almost in the top 6 now. Is there no rest at all now?
No rest. We go again. We've got another difficult game against Carmarthen at home. They'll want a reaction after today, so we know it's going to be a tough physical battle. We want to get as many points as we can. We need to get into the top 6, so we need to see where we are now, seeing what the other results were today. So that's the first target. And then once we've got the top 6 done and dusted, and only then will the squad sit down and discuss about future targets and targets moving forward.
And looking ahead to the Carmarthen game next week, do you think this game's going to have any sort of impact on that?
No, not at all. The only impact it'll have, I think, is that they're going to be more determined to win the game. Cortez was suspended anyway, so the red card today didn't really matter in terms of him being available for our game next week. They've got a game at Rill in the meantime, so they got 3 games in a short space of time, so it'll be interesting to see who they play up at Rill, player-wise, and if they rest players or if they give players, rotate players for our second game coming up in the new year.
Ian, diolch am amser, thank you for your time, happy Christmas and New Year.
No problem.